I got the squad back in the building. I got the squad, the full squad on the regular day. You see what I'm trying to say right now? I got the chef in the building. I got JC in the building. I got DPJ.
What it do?
Listen, we got a bunch of chop it up. I'm gonna wait a little bit, see the chat get in there before I sound off. But
damn, we didn't say yeet last week. I don't think we said
not
yeet
one
on
time.
the show.
Oh,
hey man, we left that
goodness.
for you. I just thought about that.
Listen, you was busy taking up the rest of the airspace in the podcast.
First hour of the show, he said, "I ain't gonna be able to make the most of my time."
Yo, what up, Wheel 5 Stud Muffin? Everybody, welcome to the show. If you're here, make yourself known. Say hello. You ain't got to stay all night if you don't want, but say hello. I see y'all in there already. Say hello. Here's what's going on. But while everybody funnels in, yeah, fellas, let me start at the top of the show talking about Miss Rhea Ripley. Miss Rhea Ripley had to relinquish her WWE championship after 380 days. Old Goat Man Cena had to relinquish his title after 380 days. Wrestling is a very, very weird place. Sometimes things just work like that. Sometimes things just line up like that. Now, I'll say this. The ultimate equalizer in any athletics is injury. That's the ultimate equalizer. It messes up plans. It messes up storylines. It messes up seasons. Who knows how many Super Bowls Patrick Mahomes would have had if he wouldn't have got injured that one year. Let's think about that. You know what I mean? It's the great equalizer. That year that Tom Brady got hurt and Castle came in. Like, think about that. Like, so injuries change a lot of things. Rhea Ripley staked her claim as one of the best women in the division. She started making her reign. I think she probably was going to set the all-time record. I think they were going to do some kind of Roman Reigns type thing. I'm not joking. I think she's about to carry this thing for a long time. So she gets injured. Before we unpack the injury and things like that, something was trending after she got injured. And this is the stuff that always baffles me, and this is stuff that kind of frustrates me about the wrestling community. So Rhea's hurt. I'm thinking I'm getting some get well soon Rhea's. I think that's going to be the hashtag. Some mommy, something like that was trending. But what I see trending is something called So Roman, and I go, what the hell's that? So I click on So Roman, right, gentlemen? And the reason why So Roman was trending is people believe it's unfair that Roman Reigns is able to take months off and keep his title. And Rhea Ripley is not. They immediately turned this into a man versus woman thing. Now, I thought about it, took a second, realized that she might not be gone that long, so why couldn't she keep the title? Is it fair? Is it not fair? What I will say this before I pass the baton is I do think it's very, very, very foolish to compare those two, though. I do. We gotta be careful here. You know what I'm trying to say here? This is we're talking about, man, this is tough because Rhea's like my favorite of all time. So, but we got to be careful comparing the tribal chief to Rhea Ripley. That's all. I'll start there, but I'll pass it to DP. I don't know what your thoughts are on the whole thing. I don't know what you think, if it's fair or not fair. Do people have a point, or are these two separate issues?
I think they're two completely separate issues. Excuse me. They're two separate issues. Two things can be true at the same time. She could have got the opportunity that others got, like a Seth Rollins, like a Roman Reigns, but I got a little pushback. I think that they may have been dropping the title off her anyway. And if you're going to drop the title off of her anyway, why not just vacate the title if she's not going to be around for 6 weeks to 3 months? Because that seems like enough time to get back and be able to defend your title. They got a show in France. They might have had other plans, because as a babyface, it could have been an opportune time to turn, live, heal, and then get the title off of her. They could have done something crazy. That might have been their ideology in all of this, because there's no other good reason to take the title off of her other than if we're going to take the title off her. If she's only going to be out six weeks to 3 months, she could have kept the title. let's be honest. I think they may have been given the title to Liv Morgan anyway. So if you're going to give the title to Liv Morgan and turn her heel, why not just vacate the title? Because if she's back in 6 weeks, it was pointless vacating the title. So they got to have some type of reasoning why.
I like where your head's at right there. See what I'm talking about when you get hyperbolic and you try to come on the internet and try to get in this. We're in this new era. Everybody wants to say stuff without thinking about it. Did everybody entertain the idea that she might be losing? Nobody entertained that, did they? You see what I'm saying? Like, DP, I don't even know if I believe that, but that's a hell of a point. That's a hell of a point. What if she were to lose, and that's why they're vacating? Maybe she can't hold the title like Roman because she's about to lose the title. No one ever entertained that idea.
No one thought about that.
Damn, that's a hell of a point.
Breaking news again. Evan Mack's World of Wrestling, where the best live.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really make it apples to apples. Roman earned his time off.
Bruh.
He also has a medical condition that he fought through and was wrestling through. So, he earned the breaks he gets, and they could have worked that in, and they just managed to make it work storyline wise that he's the tribal chief and he earned his time off. But in reality, he's dealing with leukemia. So like, that's different. And who knows what she's dealing with. And, I hope she gets better and she gets all the treatment and the time off that she needs. But it is unfortunate, but it's not a comparison because that's a whole nother level of seniority, if you will, which isn't fair, but that's in any work environment. There's seniority. There's levels to it. If you've earned the time to take off, then you take the time off. If you're at a different level of seniority, then whatever applies to that. So it's just one of those things where maybe she's not physically able to continue fighting and wrestling, much like Seth was able to come out and do a couple promos and not wrestle yet, and still take the time that he needed to be able to function for WrestleMania. So it could be something worse, and something that she just has to physically get over. So it sucks that the internet will blow it out of proportion and try to compare everything to everybody, but that's just not how it goes.
Jay.
I think it's the best thing that could have happened to her. Now, I don't want anybody to get injured ever or be able to, express their art, their creativity, and their livelihood. But I think she's in this weird place where people want to cheer for her, but they have not made the commitment to turn her full babyface yet. She hasn't really done anything redeeming except for been like a dominant champion. And, the audience likes heels anyway, and they love Rhea. But she's still sort of, I won't say floundering in the Judgment Day. They're doing extremely well. They have both world titles on Raw, but I think, out of sight, out of mind, nothing is better in wrestling than a good return. She's going to get a massive babyface pop and be refreshed when she comes back, both physically and from a character standpoint. And now, not to pour salt in the wounds of Miss Rhea Ripley, because I think she's a generational talent on the rise. I don't think she's quite there yet. Her promos need a little bit of work, just my opinion. In ring, flawless. If Rhea Ripley is not on Raw or SmackDown for 3 to 6 months, do the ratings move one iota? And when I'm asking,
I'm not sure.
I don't think they do. My only point in saying that is that not that she doesn't have legions of fans. She does. When Roman Reigns is not there, his absence is felt. When he returns or makes a special appearance or is viewed as a special attraction, they advertise it and promote it heavily because it's going to move the needle, quite literally. The T-shirt says it. So it's not that Rhea's not the talent of that caliber. It's just that she hasn't been around as long and cemented her legacy yet. She's going to get there, I have no doubt in my mind. But Roman's earned that. He struggled as the big dog for years. And Rhea almost right out of the gate, she had a little bit of an awkward phase finding her character and finding her voice, but she's found it and she'll get to that level. She's just not there yet. And there's nothing wrong with that, guys.
Let me tell you something that they don't tell you when you're growing up and you got these teachers kissing all your butt and stuff like that and powdering your behind like they doing to these kids nowadays. They ain't telling you, they don't tell you this stuff because I think they want you to feel better, but things ain't fair sometimes. Period. So people get favoritism. One of the greatest quotes of all time, the reason why no one will ever make me hate Jimmy Johnson, the great Jimmy Johnson. He was like, He was it was a famous quote back in the day when it was Troy Aikman. It was a Troy Aikman quote. He was asking, what if one of your linemen or whatever?
I think it was about Michael Irvin.
He was like, what happened to Michael Irvin? Yeah. What happened if one of your Michael Irvin, one of your linemen fell asleep and he goes, I cut him. What happened if Michael Irvin fell asleep? He goes, I'd wake him up. That what's the point? My point is, he's the only one that had the balls to say it ain't fair.
He said special players get special treatment. And don't nobody want to tell you that. I don't give it. People need to toughen up, man. They don't tell you that people that are more talented than you get better things than you, no matter how hard you work in the gym. Some people are just better at you at stuff. They don't tell you that either. It will save people a lot of time if someone would tell them that some people could just roll out of bed and sing better than you ever will. You can have 50 freaking vocal coaches and someone can roll out of bed. That gives you perspective. What I'm trying to say is Roman Reigns will have preferential treatment over Rhea Ripley for many reasons, whether it's fair or not fair, but it's what happens. And we need to understand that. And you guys bitching on social media ain't doing shit, I can assure you. Dang. Evan, you were just in Philadelphia, and you saw. Let's just use The Rock as an example because he's probably the biggest name. He's selling tickets to WrestleMania, which makes money for the company. But look at the surrounding small businesses, the restaurants, the hotels, the turnpike tolls. For the love of God, that people are traveling from miles and miles and states and countries wide to go see this event because he's drawing tickets. When LeBron James came back to Cleveland, the economy spiked like, I'm not even kidding, like 2,000%. When Michael Jordan went to the Wizards and then left and retired again, the economy in Washington, D.C. or in the surrounding area went down like 750%. So and it's the same argument. I don't want to get into this about women's sports don't get paid as much. They don't create or generate as much. It's not intending to be unfair. It's the way that it is. And that's not to say that everything should be based on commerce, but in this case, a needle mover.
Well, listen, with WWE, isn't that all they talk about?
That's it. If I hear this is the biggest WrestleMania one more time,
I don't want to hear nothing about that. I don't say this. I come on this show and report what they say. They say that all the time. Money. That's all they talk about. Yo, what up, Ralph? That's all they talk about. So what I'm trying to say is turn this should have been about the tragedy of Rhea's run. Don't turn this into the battle of the sexes. You're taking away from an all-time great. Right, going through her first major injury. And that's my issue. That's why I brought up the subject, gentlemen.
Yeah, but you couldn't have placed a better time to have an injury right after.
And Mania, I hate that, but it's true. It's true.
For sure.
And as somebody that's transitioning, if not already a babyface, it garners sympathy for her. So that's a plus, and also gives you an opportunity to miss her. It gives the fans an opportunity to actually feel something strong and, so like I said, sympathy and love for a character, rather than she's here all the time and we like her, but since she's beating everybody, we gotta hate her again. Now, actually, you're gonna have an organic, beautiful, wonderful turn, and I'm here for it. Go ahead.
And you can actually go through with what should be happening anyway. And if that's how you get her out to Judgment Day and the Judgment Day falls apart without her, she could come back and save them, or you could just move on to something else with the people in the group.
Yeah, listen, all great respect is from my fellas as per usual. This is the best wrestling podcast on earth, so it is what it is. But
she also has the built-in argument that she never got beaten now too.
Now, speedy recovery to the great Rhea Ripley. She knows how I feel about her, so that's the homie. So, she'll be back. I told you, I say it before and I say it again. She's 6 years old. She's 6.5. She's turning 7 in a couple weeks. It's like what are we doing here? But that does leave open a very important decision for this company to make: is who will they put the title on next? And I am so sorry, but do not put it on Liv. And I love Liv. She's very sweet. She's very lovely. She's very marketable. She has a kind heart. She has a kind soul. She's like a Mary Poppins mixed with, you know what I mean? Like how much must I gush over Liv? However, do not. Liv as a heel is not hitting for old Uncle Mac. I don't need to see it when we got Nia Jax lying in the weeds,
brother,
hanging out, brother. It's not about what's fair. It's about what makes sense. Liv Morgan, then what?
If it was about what's fair anyway, Nia should still be the champion, in my opinion.
No, it's a built-in storyline. She's the one that put her on the shelf. Well, that doesn't always hit, man. Shut the hell up. It's stupid.
So we pick and choose when we want to adhere to kayfabe now.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't. No, I don't want to hear that shit now. No, you understand, because turnabout's fair play. I go, well, one was a work, the other actually hurt her. So can we start there?
I mean, in reality, all they did was flip flop champions. So your it goes from Roman to Cody, so heel to babyface. It goes Io to Bailey, heel to babyface. It goes.
That's what they do.
Seth to Priest, heel to or babyface to heel. So all they did was flip flop. So Rhea's turning babyface. So you put it on a heel champ probably.
They're finally starting to do the thing there with the Judgment Day that I've been wanting them to do for a while. I'm actually surprised that they look like they're hinting towards a Priest babyface turn, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was like concerned. I was like, I don't know if hold on. Hold on.
Oh, whoa, daddy.
Easy, big
fella. Woo! Tranquilo, Poppy. Tranquilo.
I'ma let it play out. I'ma let it play. But I was like, no.
Crock-pot booking, brother. Crock-pot booking.
The old crock-pot. Now listen, segue real quick. Yo, Ace Shock. Welcome to the show, man. Yo, hello. Make yourself known. Talk about it. Chop it up with us. What it is. Listen. So I'm very comfortable closing the friend circle as I come up on the age of 40 on June 9th, 2024. I'm very happy with doing that.
I'm 2 weeks away.
As you get old, you old as shit. Listen, as you get old, I'm right behind you. Listen. So I'm very happy doing that. Word of advice for the people in the streets: as you get older, you should close the friend circle, make it smaller, not bigger. That's the goal. I'm very, very fortunate to meet DPJR and Chef. It's a dream come true. Seriously, I don't have too many new friends. I've never even met the fellas in the flesh. I don't mean to gush, but my best friend's on the pod, and I got two homies right here. It's wild. It's a wild time. It's
Beautiful
a wild
thing.
time. It's
God
a wild
is good.
time. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Listen. But I say that to say, in Vegas, here alone, wife's back home in PA with Jay, and every now and again you get some surprises. So I was at this wedding and I met this one dude at this wedding. It was like a work wedding too. So I went there and we go to this bar because it was a dry wedding, and I'll get to that later. The wedding was dry. I mean, I'm talking about bone dry. I'm talking about the Sahara dry. I'm talking about Emotep walked by the reception. That's how dry. Yeah, Emotep. Yeah,
Emotep. You don't know about that mummy.
What y'all know about that mummy? Oh my God, a rare chef laugh. My eyes have been blessed, my wife said.
You're welcome.
Listen, so we're there, we're drinking. I met this guy, and he's a cool dude. His name is Chris. Shout out to Chris. We had a couple drinks. He took us to the new Casino Durango. Apparently, he had a hookup there. We're like in the high roller spot, and this dude has a hookup. So we're just getting drinks poured on us, and there was a guy next to me. His name was Jordan. I was like, "You ain't Jordan, bro. Kick rocks." But anyways, I was kind of disgusted. He didn't do anything wrong, but it is what it is. I already got a Jordan. Kick rocks, bro. He was like, "Hey man, you want a drink?" I was like, "You ain't Jordan. Get out of here." But anyways, I was about to diamond cut him. But listen, I'm setting the table for a reason, right? So me and Chris started kicking it. Then I find out he's a wrestling guy. Okay, cool. So last night, which is very peculiar, he was like, "Yo, what you doing, man? Listen, you want to meet at the country club?" And I was like, "Well, are black people allowed there?" He's like, "Yeah." I go, "Okay, I'll pull up." And so I went there. And then I got some wings, and then we went back to his spot, which I was, this was my second time meeting him. This could have been a setup. I could have been murdered, but I'm still here, so we good.
Until.
And we started watching, but I always got to set the table so you understand why this matters. So we're sitting here, we're watching Raw, we're fast forwarding through it because we're a little bit late on it. And I'm talking, he's asking me who my favorite wrestlers are all time and currently. And I was like, oh yeah, the best in the business is Roman Reigns. He said, too bad Roman Reigns can't cut a promo. Now let me tell you something. Yeah, your boy Mackie is in quite a pickle here. You know why? Because his lovely wife made me an old-fashioned that rivals my wife's old-fashioned, and that's insane to me. Rivals. Now listen. She made me old-fashioned. I'm sipping on the old-fashioned, and I'm talking about it is top-quality old-fashioned, right? And I'm in his home.
Is there a cherry in it?
And it's the right cherry, the Maraschino John.
Maraschino. Did you
Heidi would be, listen, Heidi, she got some competition. So I'm sipping on this, I mean, exquisite old-fashioned. And he said that. I'm going to tell you exactly what I said to him. I go, bro, I'm about to throw you out your own house. What was I doing?
No, you should have been like, can I get this drink to go?
Bro, I love when these things gonna happen organically when I'm trying to make a rundown because I need us to unpack this. And I'm gonna send him this clip. Chris said he can't cut a promo, and I said, hold up. And I literally like went crazy, and then I go, and then I think he panicked a bit, and then he was like, hey, this marriage is on the rocks, chill. But this marriage is a sham. But anyways, listen. So wife trying to talk shit. But listen. And he goes. I backed him into a corner. He was like, yeah, well, when The Rock was in the ring with Cody, he goes, he was a shell of himself. I was like, oh shit, I actually said that. I was like, shit.
You did say that.
So I bring it to the chat. That does not absolve him of his sins.
Absolutely not.
But I will acknowledge that I did say that. But he overall says the great Roman Reigns, Joseph Anoa'i, cannot cut a promo. What say you? JMC, what's up with you?
I mean, he's absolutely correct in Roman being a shell of himself during that time period. And that was well documented on this show, but you crossed the line, brother. And I'm sure you explained to this very polite young man how Roman is a very nuanced character. He can evoke several emotions at one time with just a facial expression. During the Thunderdome era, they started to go in for the close-up because Roman Reigns is a face that deserves to be in a close-up. And he's not known for the acerbic, venomous delivery that, say, The Rock is, or even a John Cena. That's not his game, man. He said it himself. His game is to just be Roman and do it in a way that no one's ever done it. Now, if that's Paul Heyman's influence, whatever. But
that's what he said, Jay. That's what he said. Oh yeah, I need to see him cut promos without Paul Heyman. I go, that's what he's doing.
What? Come on.
For 4 years. So I don't know how
Paul Heyman barely said a word for a year.
He don't even talk no more.
What the hell?
Paul Heyman winds up and gives him the mic. So I don't know what he's talking about. But a lot of people fail to appreciate a nuanced, subtle performance. And in the last promo going into WrestleMania, when Roman and The Rock ran amok together, Roman was doing what he does and talking shit to the camera. So maybe he is not. Maybe he's more of a casual observer in that way. Seems like a very nice gentleman, but that is a little blasphemous in my humble opinion.
DP, what say you? We're all over you, Chris. We're all over you, brother. Told you we cook. I told him we're gonna cook him on this podcast though, so he does know this is coming.
Monsieur Christopher. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm confused. Roman Reigns cuts a promo on TikTok better than 99% of pro wrestlers alive.
99%. 99%.
The dude will whoop somebody's ass, look into the camera, talk that shit better than anybody wrestling current today can do, and then just goes back and starts whooping their. I'm gonna make this chokehold a little bit tight, brother. You know that's what he does. Looks dead into the camera. What are they talking about? He said after he got through whooping Cody ass like an American mule, after he got through doing that, he looked into the camera and said, "You gonna need a vice grip to take this game away from me." Do you see what's going on? He went back to 2022, brought everybody. What the man? I'm at a loss for words for this dude. What in the hell is he watching? First off, you don't know what you're talking about when you say Paul Heyman is talking for Roman Reigns when Paul Heyman wasn't saying shit for over a year. Roman Reigns was telling people what he was going to do, how he's going to do it, and it was a spoiler, not a prediction. And he told people, I'm giving you information. We out here cooking steaks. Shout out the chef on this show. And he understood.
All right, now don't start your shit, DP.
No. I'm done. I'm saying what he said. That's what he said. He said, we ain't giving you McDonald's. We giving you a bistro. He told the world that. But some people, I don't want to use the word intelligent, but they don't have the attention span to pay attention to exactly what he's saying, to pay attention to the story. And you have to stick along with the story because the story has a lot of chapters and a lot of different characters, different plot at different times in the book. Sometimes there's even a different setting, but it ended up where it needed to end up, dealing with the bloodline. Go ahead, Chef.
Yo, Lil Fettuccine 68, appreciate you pulling up. Liv better not be the next Raw Women's Champion. We will unpack that once again. You might be on a delay, but I like it. We're of like mind. We love Liv. We love Liv on this show. Liv fine as hell. Liv mugshot look better than most people's glam shot. Her mugshot look better than
on this motherfucker. You hear me? It was free Liv.
Yo, shut
the hell they talking about? We love her.
It was the
title though.
Liv fine as hell. Go ahead, man.
So I guess there's nothing more I can add about this Roman argument. But I guess Evan, who did he say he liked? Who was the wrestlers he was watching?
I can't wait for this.
He did because he's around our age. He did the thing. He did the Stone Cold Rock. He did the thing. I'm like, he did the Attitude Era thing. And I'm like, I understand. Undertaker. I said, that's where I got you. I go, Undertaker would never got no without Paul Bearer. Ever. Never. They needed Paul. He needed Paul Bearer to set the tone. Yeah.
I think this gentleman needs to broaden his horizons and just hit YouTube and just type in Roman Reigns promo, right? Or just something generic, right? Because we've all already covered the hits. We've all covered him against Sammy.
Casey Kasem top 40, boy.
Right? Him beating up Jey Uso in the Thunderdome. Him just so I just wonder who he's interested in now, because for him to think that this man isn't one of the greatest out makes me wonder if he even pays attention to what's happening right now. Like, is he? I don't get it.
Respect the tribal chief, Chris. That's what this is about.
I think your friend circle is not going to get bigger with this gentleman.
I think he misunderstood what we were doing on this show. See, we have expectations for the tribal chief.
Exactly.
Again, I'm going to remind these sucker MCs, we love this man. We ain't going to be yes man. We expect greatness. We expect the tippity top of the top, the denouement, the LeBron James of the WWE, the Patrick Mahomes of the WWE, out there doing whatever.
That's how you know I'm old, yo.
Done. I mean,
you know you old when you bring up Casey Kasem.
Casey, top 40. Yeah. Woo! Love it.
Wait, hold on. Fun fact. What didn't Casey Kasem do? Didn't he do Shaggy? Who he do? He did somebody on Scooby Doo, didn't he?
He did more voices than we think he did too.
Yeah, Casey Kasem was a bad boy, man.
Boy.
Like for real, Casey top 40. Listen.
Shout out Mel Blanc too.
Oh, you talking about the greatest voiceover artist of all time? The GOAT!
Yeah, the GOAT!
Billy Goat's Gross!
Hey, what's up, Doc?
Bro, you tell how you want it, where you want it. That's what I call him. Yeah, look at your boy Mac knowing this stuff. A-Shock, no, what's good? Thank you. Shaggy. But listen, okay, check this out. So the Bloodline Marathon is raging on. Chef seemed to be extremely excited, extremely elated by the direction that they're going in. Evan Mack, on the other hand, is like, oh my God, who is Tamatanga? Who?
I was wondering the same thing. I know Yaku's son, but I was wondering.
I don't give a shit.
Hey,
It doesn't.
Adopted son.
I
don't
give
pick a fight with the Bloodline. It's too many of them that gonna run up on you.
No smoke.
Yeah, they're gonna run up on you. It's too many of them.
No, absolutely.
And they all run up on you from behind with a hoodie.
Oh my God, it's Tama Tonga. I said, who? I just seen like 6 owls float by the ring. What? Who? Solo. That's not what the tribal chief wants. Hold on. What? Wait a cotton picking minute. What the shit is happening right now? Can you please tell me what's happening? What's happening, Chef? Because you were so excited. Yeah, yo, A-Shock, don't be spreading no lies about me in these streets. I ain't saying, I didn't bring up Haku. I'm talking about Haku's son.
Ain't nobody trying to get their teeth broke on this podcast.
Why you trying to get me killed, man?
Hell no.
Evan gonna be on the back of a milk carton.
Yo, next week it's gonna be welcome to the Evan Mack World of Wrestling. I'm your host, Chef Justin. Man. Evan is dead.
Evan just don't know about Tama Tonga. You just don't know, man.
Evan
comes on early in the morning. It's hard to find.
Clearly, DPR. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Clearly, I don't know shit about this dude. He looked like a sucker MC, though. I will say that. But Chef's happy about what's going on.
So I'm excited because they're gonna build to what you wanted in the first place, which is like some sort of tribal bloodline civil war. It's gonna be, like Secret War. So you just gonna have a whole bunch of Tongans and Samoans coming out the woodwork, and it's you might get a whole Survivor Series pay-per-view with just Samoans and Tongans. I mean, that's where we're heading.
Survivor Series that'd be dope for Survivor Series though.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You gonna get Rome, the return of Roman, right? And his crew. You gonna get, Solo Sikoa, and he got, Paul Heyman held hostage. They might hang him over the ring in a shark cage. And the winner of the tribal combat gets the wise man.
Gets Princess Peach. What the hell's going on? Can we please just make a storyline without the bloodline for 5 minutes?
Nope.
This is my problem. The only thing I care about is Jacob Fatu coming there and slapping people around a little bit. That's all I really care about. Because this Tama Tonga, I'm just like, and it ain't because I don't like light-skinned dudes. That's not because Dave's on the panel. That's why I dispelled that rumor.
We the same color.
Yo, DB, what? Just talk me through this, man. What's happening?
What's happening is that they listened to the podcast in February. You know what I mean? And
because they stole the Chad Gable thing. Y'all stole that shit.
They're taking bits and pieces of what I said. I think they're done about 75% of what I said outside of a couple finishes. I can't predict. I didn't know what was going to happen in February. I just came on, but I was pretty damn close. And what they're trying to do is add layers to the story. The problem is with them adding layers to the stories is we don't know who the hell they're adding. You have to give us some vignettes. Who is this? Tama Tonga. I mean, everybody ain't as smart as people think that.
And everybody on launch trying to act like everybody know who this is. Don't nobody know who this is.
We need to see. I mean, damn.
The crowd was silent.
How many times did we see Jade Cargill before she really did something? How many times did we see Andrade before he really did something? But we're going to bring Tama Tonga out there like we really know who the fuck he is. We don't. I'm sorry. I'm not staying up watching New Japan all the time. Brother, I am sorry. I know you're in the Bullet Club. I get it. I understand. You're a great professional wrestler at what you do. I'm not saying that you're not, but what I am saying, brother, is that you don't have the tentacles to reach in the United States as
the
other
tentacles
have. Like again, Jade Cargill, you got vignettes, you got to see her, you got to see certain things with Jade Cargill before you actually seen her in a match. Then so
TP, to your point to the Jade thing, because WWE didn't assume that people knew who she was. They didn't assume. They gave her packages because they didn't just go, you know who she is. You go, oh no, we're gonna make you know who she is. But continue.
And just because the dude look Samoan. He ain't Samoan. He's Tongan. First off, that's number one. He's from Tonga.
Hey, I bet he was on the tree though. He was on the PowerPoint presentation.
It's close because I told you the Tongans. It's an hour flight. They're both Polynesian. I'm telling you, they're right in the
black on this podcast.
The,
everybody, your cousin. Damn, you know what I'm saying? You know, Samoans and black folk. Everybody, our cousin. We get it. But here's the thing: he ain't Samoan. He's Tongan. That's number one. And I'm gonna reiterate, you have to tell us who the hell somebody is. You can't assume that people are like diehard AEW fans and diehard New Japan fans that are tuning in on a Friday night when we got better shit to do, rather than see the debut of a Tama Tonga, you know? And I'm not saying that it wasn't cool, but what I am saying is it was rather a dud because a lot of people don't know who he is, and it could have been introduced. Now, if that would have been Jacob Fatu throwing some bitch 30 and Eric catching him and doing a Samoan drop, now that would have been something. But Tama Tonga, we just don't know who he is because he was over there wrestling in Japan, and I personally don't really know who he is outside the fact that he was in Bullet Club and that was Haku's nephew that turned into be his adopted son. Other than that, I don't know shit about him.
JMC, what say you, man? I don't know. I don't even know. I didn't even know the subject here. I just wanted to talk about stuff I don't get. That's all.
I'm okay with this because we're gonna let it play out and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. And they're bringing in more muscle to have more numbers because they need to fill out the roster so they can have two opposing forces on the Bloodline. And here's what I won't be okay with: if Solo Sikoa is not ready to lead a group of Samoans into battle and be the figurehead, be the leader. His promos aren't there. His presence, his aura is not refined enough.
Damn.
The presence of he's perfect in that role. He needs another 2 years if he even can get there. I'm not convinced that he's a main event player. I'm really not. But if he is setting the table for, because he didn't say courtesy. He didn't say I am the tribal chief. Acknowledge me. He said courtesy of the tribal chief. So if he's setting the table for Jacob Fatu, who does have a menacing presence, who does have a commanding presence, or if we're just setting the table for The Rock to come back and take that moniker of the tribal chief and lead those men into battle, I'm okay with that too, as long as it's done well. I think we're ultimately heading for Roman's reconciliation with the Usos, which I know that seems like a cheap way out, but if we meander about for a while and it's done well, I'd rather see the Usos together. Although Jay's selling a lot of merch, so people who think that's a foregone conclusion, they might not, maybe not so fast. But I think as long as we're setting the table and we continue to see pieces come in and we learn more about him as we go, I don't see Tama Tonga as like a main figurehead. So I don't know that he's kind of just like the JD McDonough of the Bloodline. Not that we shouldn't.
Right about that.
Not that we shouldn't. We should have more. We should have more context, DP. I don't disagree with you because the audience was confused. So maybe next week they say like, "What's your motivation? What are you here for?" But with him, I don't even know that you need that because he's sort of just like honestly, he's kind of just like an NPC.
Miss Awesome, you said the crowd was chanting "Holy shit" when he came out. Are you sure about that, babe?
It was very soft though. It wasn't. In
Are
unison,
you sure? Are you sure
they
that
did.
wasn't pumped in?
Yeah. I mean,
is that really a holy shit? This is my problem with. Is that really a holy shit?
It was the vocal minority, 15% that watch New Japan and AEW, but they can be loud at times. So yeah, but that wasn't the mass hysteria.
I mean, I didn't drop a holy shit until.
Of course you didn't.
No. Until they did the chair thing with Jimmy in the corner. Then I was like, oh,
holy shit.
That looked vicious.
That was very vicious.
I stand corrected. It's put it like this. Here goes. This is me, and this is how I'm always gonna be. And for better or for worse, this usually works out in my favor. So that's why I'm never worried about it. He gonna have to show me he's that dude. I don't give a shit what he did over there. I don't care. You're going to have to show me that you're good, that you're not going to get lost in the shuffle just because you were born a certain way and you just happen to be born on a tree somewhere. What that mean to me? They still trying to replace Stone Cold right now. Still. You see what I'm saying? Like there's so many wrestlers they're still trying to. I don't care. You don't tell me you're him. Show me you're him.
That part.
You can say whatever you want.
When you done, Evan.
For moi?
Yeah, for you. This trust that you want us to have why would we have this trust in creative when the only thing since September with the Bloodline interesting has been The Rock? Outside The Rock, what has been interesting? It has been a dud from September to January. Time will tell, but why should we just give Triple H this trust with this storyline? Because outside of The Rock, it has pretty much been a dud the last 6 to 8 months. Outside of the Jey Uso SummerSlam match.
Ooh, Chef has a face.
Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like that, Chef?
Because I don't think that's true at all.
Really? Then how? So you thought that Royal Rumble Fatal 4-Way was booked the way it needed to be booked, suitable for the way the Bloodline has been built? That is what you expect?
Bro, how many different things had to change? How many things went wrong? How many people got hurt? How many times?
I said no. When they hell no. When they got hurt, it got interesting. Hell no. No, Redacted was still around. There was a lot of individuals going into
So you saying Seth versus CM Punk was a dud? Even
no, I'm talking about specifically the Bloodline story. Nothing. I'm not talking about anything else. I'm talking about the Bloodline story, the main story, the top story. Let's be honest. We don't know what Triple H is going to do with the WWE Championship because he just now pulled the trigger. We're going to find out right now if he can build a respectable WWE champion. Everything else wasn't off of his shoulders. Let's be honest. I'm not saying he isn't doing a great job, but he didn't have a damn thing to do with how Roman Reigns was. If anything, towards the end, he had something to do with some of that luster being taken off.
But don't you think it's because of the fact that they have so much creative control over what they do that maybe he didn't feel like he needed to change what they were doing?
That's fair. These are both great points.
Fair. But then that's when you put your big boy pants on.
Maybe trusting them a little bit too much is what he did because they.
I'm not saying that he didn't.
See, that's a good thought though. But that's a good thought, Chef. Maybe that is why things may feel a little stale to DP. You're right. Maybe because I was talking to Jay about this earlier off camera about a totally different subject. Sometimes a complete autonomy and creative control is not always the best thing though. Not in storytelling. Sometimes you need somebody. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, sometimes you need maybe an outside party to come in and throw a couple things at the wall and see if it sticks. That's why I think things were getting just a little stale with the Bloodline, a little stale. If it wasn't for Dwayne, Samoan Watchman, my tribal chief, it's about to me a whole lot of Samoan meat beating on Samoan meat in the ring real soon. It's going down like there's only one piece left at the pig roast luau. Go listen. I don't question any Samoan foolishness, but if you got any direct lines to Tom talking, tell him to I don't know. Because with him, I'm like Shania Twain with him. You call me Shania Twain with him because he don't impress me much. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I think you're all right. You know what I mean? But that don't keep me warm in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? It just don't impress me much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I said, who? Y'all keep gassing this dude up, man. I need a grown man to come in here. I need Fatu to start throwing people to and fro. That's what I need, daddy.
Tell him. Hey, he gonna have Jacob Fatu out here looking at these mofos talking about job and give me 50. Yeah. Yeah. After he caught that, boom. Best Samoan drop in history. Woo!
That's a bad son bitch. Listen, so AEW Dynasty. Yes, yo, Chef, what, man? Shut up.
Hey man, I'm going. I already got my ticket.
Listen.
Chef looked hurt by that comment.
Yeah, he did.
He looked so disappointed.
We cannot be a podcast that only capes up for the E. We gotta spread it around. We gotta talk about it.
Oh my Lord.
Hey man, I missed y'all. I'm back. I'm not holding back, man.
Where the heat glasses at, Daddy? Let me see them.
But because I know Chef was gonna act the fool when I said this. I swear I anticipated this. I was not gonna do him dirty and run down the whole card, which was my original plan. But I was like, I'm not gonna run down this whole damn card.
We don't have 2.5 hours for that.
2.5 days. What you mean?
Yeah, listen.
They
someone watch me.
put
Someone
out
tell
4
Tom
hour
Tonga to eat a sandwich. Exactly. But listen.
He around
So-
giants. He ain't gonna look big around these giants. Everybody.
What I did was I wanted to frame it in a comfortable way, very neutral, very Switzerland-like way, and just say pick something that you are intrigued by about AEW Dynasty. Pick a match. Pick something. You know what I mean? So, Chef, let's start with you since you're so excited.
I ain't never seen somebody as excited as this dude.
I'm never excited about AEW. And
Oh my God! Cut his mic.
No, don't cut my mic. If we let you go, I gotta go too. So
I have a mute, Chef. That's you. That's your gimmick.
Listen. I think the best thing about this is they need to finally pull the trigger and give our guy Swerve the title. And if it doesn't happen, it's not going to give me a reason to watch from there forward because they're just going to be chalk at that point. The obvious answer is he's as high as he's going to be as a babyface. You know, you did a triple threat before, you didn't put the title on him, so now it's a 1-on-1 with Samoa Joe, and there's no reason why he shouldn't be champ, and that's the only match. I might tune in just to see that, just to make sure that they actually go through with it.
I agree. That's what I was thinking about. I do think the Ospreay and Daniel Bryan, whatever the hell, man. Your name's Daniel Bryan, man. I ain't calling you no damn Bryan Danielson, but kick rocks, bro. Stupid shit. Listen, so the Daniel Bryan match,
Your real name is stupid.
Hey, man,
I ain't gonna lie, it really is. It
game,
actually
you
is
dog.
stupid. It actually is stupid. But anyways,
You're
I'm
Daniel
calling you
Bryan.
Forever. Your name is
Listen.
Daniel, boy.
Yeah, listen, you ain't listen. I'm gonna call you Toby. You ain't cool to Kid Day to me, boy. So listen.
Mama named Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Yeah, you did. So I want to see that match, even though it's gonna have 947 false finishes. But I do want to see that match because with the aerial assassin, I really do like him. He's probably my favorite wrestler in that company. As far as Swerve, yeah, let's hope this is the moment for him. I don't know where they go from there. But yeah, that's about it for me. They need MJF back desperately. I do like Timeless Toni Storm. I do believe, I'm not going to lie, I think she has the best gimmick in female wrestling. I don't even think it's close. It ain't close. I'm not joking. Her backstage promos are, to me, the best backstage promo in wrestling. In wrestling. Male or female. Because backstage promos are boring to me. They have always been boring to me. Because they're just so generic. What Timeless Toni Storm does with Mariah May is unbelievable. It's really something special. It really is. Like, 'cause she never misses a beat. You know what I mean? She's truly dedicated to that character. So I'm all for Timeless Toni Storm getting as much screen time as possible. So I'm excited about that. But that's about it. JMC, what say you?
This is really unfortunate because the thing that I'm looking forward to is something that I hope is going to happen. I'm not an indie-rific turd that loves MLW, but I know a little bit about MLW. And MJF led a stable in MLW called the Dynasty. And if there ever was a time when they need a shot in the arm, Swerve has to win that title. They need that. They need Maxwell Jacob Friedman back. I guess they're going to rekindle that rivalry with the Undisputed Kingdom if Adam Cole can even move or if he's even showing up. And there would be MJF and the three guys he was in the Dynasty with. Not like AEW needs more people on their freaking roster. It's bloated as fuck. But if MJF comes back with a stable to go at, if people even remember that, Wardlow has been reduced to nothing once again. And
Rubble.
Those guys, I mean, we just need Max back. Swerve, I love Samoa Joe, but I think it's past. Actually, I would even argue that they're 2 months or a month late on Swerve winning the title. It almost feels like it's cooled off quite a bit to me, and it's disappointing because when he was at his hottest, it was right around the time, right after that Adam Page match. You got to go almost right into that program, and now I don't know what they're doing with that, but to Evan's point, there's not a whole lot of dance partners for Swerve that you can do the rematch with Joe. Adam Page wouldn't make sense. He's beaten him twice, but they will do that. MJF won't get reinserted right back into the title picture. So, Ospreay obviously is coming, and he'll probably end up being the one, but that's babyface versus babyface.
And that's Swerve, in London. That's in London when he's taking that title.
Yeah, so you can give Swerve a good run. I'm very disappointed in probably the worst week in AEW's history, damn near. But I mean, you got the two most popular baby faces in wrestling are Cody Rhodes, and although we can talk about that later because I'm sure in a month or two they'll be booing him if it even takes that long. And Phil Brooks, and Tony had both of them, and I say this every time. Every WWE guy that he brought in was hotter, was more relevant, was more exciting the day he brought them in than they are now, and that's a huge problem.
Still,
I got one name for you, and one name only, Daddy. Timeless Tony Storm. Because what happened to Roman Reigns happened to her, and it's beyond crazy to make the comparison to where they were and where they are now.
She found it.
But other than that, I couldn't tell you.
She has the best female character in wrestling. It ain't even close. It ain't close, man. Damn, that shit's entertaining, bro. That shit is entertainment. Oh, my Lord.
I don't know where that – if you guys can tell me where she pulled that out of. I didn't think she had
I can't believe – because I'm talking – guys, I'm telling you, the nerd in me, that girl is showing craft, like talent. Like that stuff she does Mariah May, and Mariah May is in full character with her, man. Damn, Lord, man. Did y'all see that little promo she cut with the dude that does the A&E biographies?
Yeah.
Like it was incredible, man. Like I was like, that's the real guy from the A&E biographies, but it was she was like, what it is you do here? And he's like, oh, okay. That guy was on fire. Y'all watch it if you haven't watched that. But yeah, listen, I'm excited about listen. Okada, whatever. Y'all know where I'm at with him. So, meh.
The matches are gonna be flippy dippy,
pippy long stocking. That's what it's gonna be.
That's what think. Maybe even
if you have 6 hours and you like a paper, they're gonna do the pay-per-view, and then Tony's gonna start the scrum 6 hours late, and then at 4 a.m. you can call it a night.
I don't care what nobody say. I'm sorry. You call David. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. There ain't a dude you can bring back. You could bring back the feudal empire and bring a Japanese emperor to my doorstep and have him write down in calligraphy the reasons why Okada is great, and I'd be like, heh. That's what I'd say. I'd be like, meh.
Is it the Rainmaker? Is that why?
Meh.
Because it's
meh.
just it's meh. It's just
meh. That's what. If his name was Meh, I'd like him more. If his name was Meh, I'd put him over. Because that describes him to a T. Jeez. Oh, damn, Samoa Watchman, you already done with Cody? Damn, for real?
Ev, what did I tell you? I hit that age spectrum perfect. Look, 30 and under, you ride with them. 31, 37, you like, 38 and above, you like, man, get the title off this lane.
You gotta give him a moment. Give him a moment. He literally, can the flowers he's been given even can they wilt first? Can the bouquet wilt?
Can he stop giving acceptance speeches like he just won the title for Roman the night prior? Like, bro,
I agree with that.
I agree with that shit. Come on, Cody.
Stop talking about WrestleMania again. Oh
and Mr. Rhodes, you ain't gotta meet every damn kid after every show either, by the way. Damn.
Like, damn, we know you're over, brother. Get
all right.
To the point. Damn.
You ain't gonna meet. Oh, so you ain't gonna meet Evan Mack because I'm old? That's some bullshit.
Hey man, I want a jacket, Cody. Where my belt at?
I want a belt.
I'm about to tweet your ass as soon as I'm done with this. Can I please have a belt, please?
I am so sick.
Life.
I'm so sick of kids getting shit because they're kids.
Will he grant my wish? I'm turning 40.
Can I get a 40? Can I get 40? I don't know, 40 Cody Rhodes tweets or some shit. I'm tired of these little kids getting shit.
On a positive note, shout out Will Ospreay. I already was a fan, but I'm an even bigger fan.
He is special, man.
Because he can. because he came out there and he was on AEW and he said
he's unbelievable, bro. You know that resonates with you. That resonates with me. Because my brother's autistic. That stuff resonates with me, bro.
Dude, like he be slowly becoming my favorite wrestler. Like, come on, baby, I'm riding with, and he's dope. And it's not that he ain't dope because he is dope, but that's just even more of a reason to love the dude and to be able to have the balls to get out there and admit it and say like, "Hey, normal people, there's something fucking wrong with y'all." Look,
on the old show, on the old show I was on, I was singing Will Ospreay's praise. I was like, "Who's this kid, Will Ospreay?" And I was kind of was getting left twisting in the wind because he was in New Japan. But I was like, when somebody does get on my radar, I was like, oh, this kid's special. Mm-hmm. So, but I'll leave it at that. So, like I told you, I said it last week. On the show. I said there's never going to be any Will Ospreay slander on this podcast. I actually found out I was looking for his shirt and they actually had one at Hot Topic. I had to go to this one Hot Topic way across town, but they had it last one, and I was like, that's the first wrestling shirt I've bought in a long time. And I scooped up his shirt yesterday. So I'm a fan. Samoa Watchman, shout out to the 40 Club. Flow like fine wine, my friend. Like a hot tub of wine full of friendly lady friends. The Samoan Watchman. Drop a telegram to Tamatanga. Tell him to do something. How about that? Drop a message.
Spam sandwich or something.
I would just like to point out. I would just like to point out that Will Fostud acknowledged the same thing I always say. What happened to Ricky Starks?
Oh man,
I don't even talk about this. You know this. This is all calculated. Y'all should know me by now. If y'all don't know me by now, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not changing. I'm about to be 40 in 2 months. Check this out. When I don't talk about something, I'm trying to put it in the rear view. Because if I start talking about it, it'll take up a whole bunch of the show, and I'll get all pissed off. All I'm waiting for Richard Starks to do is take his narrow ass to WWE and stand next to Cody Rhodes, because Cody Rhodes would make sure something happens for him and he'd put him over. He'd take him under his wing. He'd have a feud with him, even though they would try to throw him in NXT. Cody would try to be like, "Don't do that." Nope. And he would have a ally with some stroke daddy, and I think he would do well. And I told you, I'll say it before and I'll say it again, fellas. I expect greatness out of people that I like, so it's up to him to sink or swim.
Fair.
And I believe the way to do that is in the E. You can talk all your shit. You can say whatever you want to say. You can get and Will Ospreay knows I love him. You got triggered, homie, and you don't even know Triple H was talking about you. You got triggered, but the reason why you got triggered is because that's an all-time great that you watched when you were a kid talking about you. Mm-hmm. And the reason why that triggered you is because you hold Triple H in high regard. And if the reports are true, and I hate it, but if the reports are true, you didn't even want to say that. And it's weird if you watch it back. He kind of, wait a minute, Miss Awesome, I'm over cutting the promo. Damn, you too? Cody Rhodes is boring AF? Wait a
minute. But you gotta Watchman said he was over 40, right? I told you.
You gotta unpack that, Miss Awesome. Tell me, give me more about as I move on, because I'm moving on too.
Hey, real quick, y'all didn't get to this because I got 2 points. Two. Real quick. Too many. All right. I think Swerve Strickland is gonna lose. Y'all think y'all gonna be upset, Chef? You ain't gonna be watching AEW no more.
Well, listen, DP. I'm DP.
No more. I didn't start.
You ain't even gonna tune in after this match.
Hey, yo, DP. I ain't gonna be upset because he don't. Swerve won't let me interview him so he can kick rocks. I don't give a damn if he loses. To be honest with you, yeah, he let everybody else get an interview. Everybody else except Evan Mack. So I don't even care if you win. I'm keeping it real.
Kick rock. I hope you lose now.
I keep it real on this podcast, man. I keep it real on this podcast.
I hope you swerve and you crash. How about
Swerve over here. Swerve I messaged Swerve. He's messaged me back, and then he said, "Yo, you got to talk to the PR." I go, "What? What do you mean I got to talk to PR? No, I don't." I was like, oh. Next thing you know, he on CVV. Next thing you know, he on this podcast. Next thing you know, he's on that podcast. I was like, oh, I'm not big enough. Just say that. Just say that, bro, and I'll move on. Told you, there's no hard feelings, but whether you win or lose at Dynasty, I don't care now. Damn, what you think was gonna be? That's why everyone goes, oh, yo, man, us brothers, we gotta look out for each other. Do we? Some people need to relay those messages to other brothers in these streets. Is all I'm gonna say.
Tell them.
Did I bother my wonderful man Montezzi? Did I go, what's up with your mans? I did not. All I do is just do the next week's show. Could I have said, yo, Montezzi, why your boy do me like that? I could have. But I just keep it moving because I got the 3 best dudes in the business on the pod, Jack.
Daddy! Yeah! I missed you last week, baby.
I know. I bet you did. It was real quiet. It was real put together. This podcast.
Hey, me and Evan had that shit melting up in there, baby. AEW was mad at us, baby. We was cooking. Shit.
Yo, you said you had 2 things. What was the one thing? You said one thing. You said
thing?
2
Did
things?
you even have 2 things?
Oh yeah, Thunder Rosa. I want to see how she comes back in the title match, and hopefully she does her thing. I don't think it's the right time to take it off of Toni Storm, but it is a great moment to see Thunder Rosa get back to the top after what she dealt with and the bullshit that she dealt with and the actual jacked up back to come back from that, man. Hey man, shout her out, man. Some people don't come back from that shit. Some people just tuck in their corner, cry, and just quit. She chose to come back and go to the top. Now, she might need to think about other pastures, but we'll see. But I just want to give her a quick little shout out. Those are my 2 things.
Miss Awesome said he is just so politician-esque, like Roman said. I don't believe anything he says. This man thanked Seth Rollins a whole week after when he was pivotal in his win story-wise. Samoa Watchman, Rhodes needs some flavor, a faction, a manager, something. Miss Awesome, that's exactly what he needs, flavor. He is seasoning, and his seasoning is flavorless. White meat baby face is true. Oh, Miss Awesome. Oh, my God.
If he does all of what y'all are asking him to do, what the fuck was the reason of him coming back to the WWE for then? He got to the top. They need a white meat baby face. Look
yes,
at
they
still
do.
Putting up numbers. The dude put up $1 million WrestleMania weekend.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. We can be upset. We can want a little more flavor, a little more edginess, but that don't matter as long as he's moving that merch, brother. As long as he's selling them tickets, daddy. As long as that's happening, you're gonna see him hold the belt wrong. You're gonna see the belt looking bigger than him.
Listen to your boy, man. I say it before and I'll say it again, people. My people, I love y'all in these streets, man. I'm a Cody Rhodes guy. I told you, part because of his daddy is Dusty, but the other part is because I actually like what he brings to the table. He's a true professional. He wears a suit to the ring. Thank you.
And does finishers in it.
And he does, thank you very much. He can even do the damn Stardust in a full suit. So that's just one reason why I like Cody. But I always say this on this pod, guys. I want to say it to the day I die. The hardest thing to be in wrestling is a babyface. That's why everyone always tries to go heel. Because heels get to do all the cool shit. To be a viable babyface is very, very difficult. That's why Cody is very important right now. And who said it at the press conference? Triple H. Hardest thing to do, create a babyface. I go, well. You listening to the podcast, Triple H? Because it's true. Everybody, Bailey wanted to go heel. Sasha's always heel. Rhea went heel. Io's heel.
Roro
still ain't over as a babyface to this day.
AJ just went heel.
Stone Cold skirted the heel thing. He skirted. He did all heel shit.
The final boss.
Heel. I can do this forever when it comes to this. That's why everyone always goes, because it's easy. You get to do all the fun stuff. Cody Rhodes has the hardest job right now, having to be a babyface after the most historic run in the modern day era. And I got people on my chat going at my boy. Shame on y'all. For shame.
DM Hunk.
Heel.
Just saying. Look, it's a lot easier. You can say
CM Punk acting like he's a baby face, but doing heel stuff.
Fergalicious.
Heel. Priest. Heel. Chad Gable. Heel.
How did Rhea get over as a
heel? The hardest thing, heel.
Becky Lynch.
Heel. How many heels do we got up in here? I'm about to throw my wife's whole shoe collection.
In NXT. Come on,
bro, let's go. Roxanne Perez.
Mello.
Shawn Michaels. Hell, Bret the Hitman Hart. I'm done. Come on, man.
You see,
Hulk
so what
Hogan, Come on.
So my point is, the hardest thing to do, that's why Evan always says the GOAT is John Cena.
Oh, shit. I knew that was coming.
Oh, shit. I was going to move on. But Samoan Watchman has some best heel, Karrion Kross.
Oh, shit. I've been waiting on it, Daddy.
He's playing.
Where you at?
Don't do that.
Give him
Don't
the
trigger that,
ISO.
man.
Give him the
Jansen's been quiet
ISO.
for a while now. No.
Ooh, Samoan Watchman trying to poke the bear. he just said, give it to. He said, give me what I want, JMC.
Brother, Daddy.
You got to give it to him, Jay. You got to be a man of the people.
I'm trying to see if he did anything offensive this week on Raw. Oh, yeah, he wasn't fucking on it because he's been demoted to the minor leagues, brother. Karrion Kross, you fucking suck.
Listen, Miss Awesome. I know you're answering the question, but was Stone Cold a babyface though? Was he though?
He was never a babyface.
Because he just
tweener at best.
Because he always did heelish stuff. He was just so over. He's technically, you know what I mean? He's like an anti-hero. He's like Spawn. You know what I mean? He's like Deadpool. You know what I mean?
Was The Rock ever a baby face after the first run? Honestly, he was never a baby face.
It's
same guy.
It's so easy to be a heel. You get to do the dope stuff. I'm sorry. Samoan Watchman, appreciate the $1.99, brother. He said, Samoan Watchman, Karrion Kross, I got something for you. Let's go, James. I was just about to move on. I was about to move on. I was like, yo, we're going to do this whole show and leave Karrion Kross alone. And I swear to you, I was going to be like, unless somebody says something, I will move on. I will not bring it up. It's not even in the rundown. Somebody
tell me what the final testament is supposed to be. Now I'm pissed because
Samoan Watchman, damn it.
Is it a religious group? Is it a cult? Is it the Straight Edge Society? CM Punk already did that. And even though I don't like Phil, he did it 100 times better. Karrion Kross had the nerve to post on Instagram, NXT, did you miss us? And now the final testament, the T is a cross. I don't know if it always was. I try to never look at my screen when Karrion Kross's bitch fucking ass is on it. Everyone pays the toll is their new slogan. So maybe he's getting ready for his next career as a turnpike toll worker after he gets released. So maybe that does make sense, actually.
All right. I'm gonna have to get you off of this, man. Okay.
He's gonna break a third bat.
How you gonna do it? How are you gonna do this?
I don't know. We just ease up.
You can't go out there like that. Don't half step, Shep.
No,
he's got to do. All he has to do is something good.
Don't be like J. Cole. Don't do that. Don't retract the statement. Don't say I got something for you. I'm gonna calm you down. What do you want? I don't know. Come on. Come on. Damn, Shep.
I was guys, I'm telling you, I wasn't gonna bring it up. I swear to you. I was like, we gonna leave this man alone for 1 week. But I'm a man of the people.
Karrion Kross on his Instagram has unpinned your top post is from January 5th. Unpin it, you piece of shit. You're gonna pin something from January 5th. Him and his wife have a show on YouTube where they commune with ghosts. What are you? What are you?
And let me tell you something, Mr. Cross. You don't want to say, well, we're back to NXT because that's where you got ethered. Speaking about a ghost, that's where Adam Cole snatched your soul out your body, a la Shang Tsung. Samoan Watchman, you done started this shit, man. Stop with the moving on, damn it.
He don't even go a day with saying these 3 words. Ring the bell. He don't even say that shit.
Look, in the words of R-Truth, he said, my bad. I go, yeah, man, get this man riled up.
My bad.
My bad, dog. Listen.
Oopsie,
all right, here we go.
Daisy. Yeah, I don't even know how we transition from that.
I'm gonna just hit the ding, ding, ding. I'm gonna cut it, hit the ding, ding, ding. That's how I get away with murder, because I just cut us off. I'm like ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding,
so
ding.
Listen. All right, listen. First annual. Anybody that's in the chat, please play along. We're doing the first annual Slow Bop Awards. The first annual Slow Bop Awards. I'm gonna go around the horn. You gentlemen have to give me the greatest slow bopper in the world. I went outside of the box, so I wouldn't say the obvious choice. The obvious choice is Mr. Slow Bop himself, but I'm going to be a little different. So each of my fine folks give me the greatest slow bopper of all time. I'm going to kick it to the chat. They will vote who is the best out of the 4. Slow bop. What's the slow bop you mean? The slow bop to the ring, the slow entrance, the slow walk, the time you take to soak in the crowd, soak in the atmosphere. I call them the slow boppies. First annual. Shut up, Heidi. This shit is great. She said, oh, what she laughing? So listen. So I'm going to start with DPJR. Who do you nominate for the first annual Slow Boppies?
We talking all time?
All time.
Woo, baby. Goldberg, brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah, that boy still slow bopping. He didn't run to the ring. You heard that?
Ooh, Miss Awesome. Ooh.
I was thinking about the Undertaker, but the Undertaker ain't walking pyro. Inhale the pyro. Coming out like a fire-breathing dragon, but he wasn't moving fast. No. He was taking his time because that ass was waiting on him. And he was about to commence the kicking it with a spur and a jackhammer. We knew the entrance was better than the match. It was personified. Y'all stop. But yes, Goldberg. I'm nominated for the slow bop because I can't even finish. Evan done messed me up.
Yo, listen. The first nominee to Slow Boppies is Goldberg. Yo, Chef, who you nominated for the Slow Bopper Robber?
So for my nomination, I'm a nominate.
You can go Chalk. I'm just saying I'm not going Chalk. You're more than welcome to go Chalk.
Oh, we know who it is. That's why I ain't go with him.
Well, right. So I'm not gonna say the obvious choices, but I'm gonna say somebody who has
redacted.
I'm gonna say someone else who has a really long interest and takes forever to get into the ring because he stops 2 or 3 times, including from the top of the ramp and outside the ring, where he's got to drink 3 water bottles full of water and spit it out multiple times. So my slow boppy nominee is Triple H.
Ooh, Triple H.
We come with some deep cuts tonight, brother.
So check it out. So Triple H, Goldberg. So for me, before I kick it to Goatman Jay, listen. For me, I went back and forth on this one, man. I went old school. Shout out to Samoa Watchman for bringing it the narcissist Lex Luger for real. With the mirror. Ooh, he came. Well, that took a minute. You know what I'm going with? At the end of the day, before Roman got his new lease on life with the Def Rebel remix, to me, the greatest slow bopper of all time was Randy Orton. And I'm gonna go 2006, like Golden Shower Randy Orton. Hey, nothing. Yeah, he would pose before he got the shower. Then he would slow bop. Then he would get to the corner. Then he do the pose again. So Mackey's nominee for the slow boppies, Randy Orton. JMC, what say you?
All of yours are great. Thought about the Undertaker. There's been times that I was like, literally, even when I was a fan of the Undertaker, being like, "Holy shit, this is taking forever." So I got a little bit sour on that. This is not my nominee. My personal favorite was RVD. He would take forever just glorifying himself. He would do the thumbs 100 times. He would pose, do this 100 times, get in the ring, spin to each side. But my favorite, the one that I always stuck with me as a kid that I still do every day. And if you're a wrestling fan and you have a hand towel or you have a piece of gum, there's only one way to get rid of that piece of gum and what to do with the hand towel. And when Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, came down that aisle, not only did he drink it in, throw the arms up, chew the gum, throw the towel behind the shoulder, catch it 100% of the time, then spit the gum and smack it into the crowd, and he never, ever, ever missed. He can also throw a touchdown pass to himself. He can make a half-court shot. He can hit a home run on
behind his head. Don't forget that.
Mr. Perfect. I mean, all of yours are great. I wanted to go obscure. I didn't want to go chalk, but to this day, when I have a little hand towel, it's going behind the shoulder, brother, and the gum's getting smacked.
I do it every single time I get done with gum. And I'm about 13% for my lifetime. So this will show you the greatness of Mr. Perfect. I even try to cheat it and it still doesn't work. So we have Goldberg, Mr. Perfect, Randy Orton, and Chef, what say you? Chef
H.
And a Triple H. So anybody in the chat, I'm going to move on, but you guys give me the vote of the slow boppy, the greatest slow bopper of all time. This was inspired by the great Roman Reigns, and my panel is so versatile. We didn't go with the man that even inspired the first annual Slow Bopper Rappers. Listen.
I was surprised y'all didn't say this one name.
I was going to go Razor. I was going to go Razor. I was.
Does Stone Cold qualify?
He kind of, he kind of came. He started the bull, but he
wasn't moving fast, though, brother.
He was moving faster than my honorable mention. It's Flair.
He didn't qualify. Whoa!
Oh, we got 2 votes. We got 2 votes for Mr. Perfect. That's almost closes the deal already.
Flair was slow bopping. Flair was the original slow bop.
Damn, Mr. Perfect pulling it out. I see.
I can respect.
I ain't never. That was my favorite wrestler when I was growing up. I'm never gonna.
Look, ain't nobody hit a fisherman like that, man.
Could never beat Bret Hart, but he was my favorite. He could never, ever beat Bret. They never let that dude beat Bret Hart. Damn.
He wasn't.
Thank y'all for playing along with my very stupid game. But I wanted to close it out on something a little bit different because I wanted to get to it, but it got a little pushed back. Shout out to Miss Awesome for saying Eddie, but Eddie, you can't come with a whip though. You can't come with a lowrider. You can't come with all the accoutrement. You know what I mean? Like damn, his car slow bop, Miss Awesome. You know what I mean? But damn. But yeah, Flair was slow, Simone Watchman. But I wanted to kind of bring up this one to close it out, and because it went by when WrestleMania was going on, we had so much to talk about, so much to get to, and we always be going off on rants and things like that. But I can't let things like this go because it has to be unpacked, especially when I don't agree. And I don't like to pile on, but like, listen, she said it. Ain't nobody make her say it. Becky Lynch said she's the greatest of all time. Now listen, I am surprised, and she's been saying that she had like the goat jacket like a few years ago. So she has thought this even years back. You know, if y'all remember that. Shout out to Crow Sting as well, honorable mention. But first of all, DPJR, do you agree? I'm not saying this for you to agree or disagree, but I do think it's a little presumptuous. I do think it's a little pretentious to call yourself the greatest of all time. I like when someone else would call you the greatest of all time. But what say you about Becky Lynch saying she's the greatest of all time?
I don't mind her saying that she's the greatest of all time, but I don't think she has a stake to the claim. I don't mind it because you got to believe the things that you're saying. If I don't mind Roman Reigns saying it, I can't mind Becky Lynch saying it. But here's the thing. She's not better than Sasha. She's not better than Trish. She's definitely not better than my GOAT.
You don't think she's better than Sasha?
I don't think she's better than Sasha. I think her personality.
Whoa.
That's just my humble. That's
I know, but the promos have to get. Oh,
yeah. Okay. It's tough. It's tough. I'm not saying that like it's leaps and bounds, but in my opinion, when I'm stacking them up, is Becky Lynch a better promo? Yeah, but when it comes to everything else, Sasha Banks is better, and not to mention the following that she had was tremendous. So I think Sasha's better. I think Trish is better. Like I said, Charlotte's better. And right now, I think Rhea Ripley's on a rocket to the top, and nobody can stop her. And you also have Bianca Belair, who's right there. There's a lot of competition out there. And I just don't agree with her saying that, especially when you have one of one. She is it. She's the Grand Canyon. She's Mount Everest. She's Mount Kilimanjaro. She's everything you can imagine to the WWE and Charlotte Flair. She's so great. We compare her to men.
You better believe it.
Like we take the gender out of it, and she made my top 10 of all time.
Me too.
So yeah, obviously, but I respect the fact that she thinks that about her. I do, and I think she's definitely in the top 10. The argument can be made she's in the top 5, but she's not in the top 1. No, not in the top 3 if you ask me.
I like the way your premise. I like you saying that if you don't believe you're the greatest, then what the hell are you doing here? I do appreciate that. There's something to be said about that. I do believe there's a certain way to go about that, and I think she's better. I do think she's better than Bianca though. I do. I think she's better
in the whole time. I can understand that.
It's the promos that kick her. The promo I have to take into account the promos, and she cuts a more confident promo than Esther.
Yes, but like I said, I was just like I don't think 2 years from now that we'll be saying the same thing though. And honestly, I don't know if we'll be saying the same thing about Rhea Ripley a year from now. That's the type of greatness and the rocket that she's on. She's special. I've never seen anything like Rhea Ripley. She's one of one. She's one of one, like Charlotte Flair. Those two individuals are just completely different than anything I've ever seen when it comes to women's wrestling.
Well, I 100% agree with every word you're saying, brother. Simone Watchman says she's top 11. I think that's harsh. I'll put her top 10.
Damn. I still acknowledge you, Simone, but damn.
Yo, Jay, is Becky Lynch the greatest female wrestler of all time?
No, not even remotely close. Top 10's fair.
Damn.
There's
I'm glad I was right.
I do think I put her ahead of people like Sasha. I put her ahead of Bianca. Bianca has a chance to usurp her for sure. However, Bianca's so rehearsed. Bianca doesn't come across genuine in her promos because they just sound recited. That's why I can't put Mercedes even in the conversation. In one of the worst weeks in AEW history, I put Mercedes Moné's promo up there as one of the worst segments in AEW history as well. It just seemed, and not even because of the weird sexual noises that people said they heard. I'm talking about like her lack of evoking genuine emotion. I mean, Becky to me is a better promo than a lot of the people on that list, but I also
she's better than some of the men.
Yeah, she is, but she also, her promos are a bit one note. It's almost like it could be about anybody and you just insert whatever feud she's in. I think
that's a fair point. That's a fair point, bro.
So whereas, like look at Drew McIntyre for an example. Now he's at the top of he's elite right now, but he tailors every promo to be about who he's talking about, personal attacks, direct attacks. And it's just like a battle rapper. If you say a cool bar or an innuendo, people are like, ooh, but it has nothing to do with the person you're battling. I kind of feel that way about Becky. That's nitpicking a bit because there's not a lot of great women promo artists right now. I hate to say it, but she is one of the best. Certainly a storied career, and I know she's not done. And I would never body shame somebody, but she looks like she looks so famished. I wish she would eat a sandwich,
Damn. Chef. I'm
just a bystander.
Chef, is Becky Lynch the greatest of all time?
No. And
I'm not joking. I didn't know y'all was gonna say all no's. I swear. But this has to be addressed. I can't let her just say that.
She can feel that way about herself. She's not my GOAT. She's not. Yes, like there are great qualities about her, and if she's in she's in the pantheon of some sort of the women who revolutionized the way it is now, and that's great.
Yep.
But and I guess time will tell, as JMC is talking about, as far as the people who are coming up. So Bianca needs more time, Rhea needs more time, Tiffy time, whether she's hot now, it's still and Roxanne. So there's people coming, but of the people who are already there, I agree with a few different people. Like, I don't think she's better than Bayley. And she had a great run. And she got 2 belts at once, and they did new things with her, but I don't feel like I can put her above quite a few people. She might be top 4, but the 3 before her, I can't move them. I just can't. And there's nothing against her because she's great and she's good at a lot of things.
Yep.
And she makes up for the fact that she's not uber athletic, and she makes up for the fact that she's not menacing, and she makes up for the fact that she's not a former cheerleader or a former gymnast or a former track star. And so that makes her stand out for sure, but it's not enough for me to put her at the top of the mountain.
when you say I bring up subjects to things that I see across the weeks, and this is not this. I would do the same thing if this was name a person that's still kind of in the game. If Will Ospreay say he was the greatest of all time, I'd be like, hold on, now let's unpack that. This ain't a female or male thing. This is I actually do judge women equally to men. So when someone says something like that with their chest, I will unpack it. Now, you guys said no, and you guys said no for different reasons. That's why I asked you the question, because I knew it wouldn't be some stupid shit y'all would say. Is it fair to say Becky Lynch is an all-time great without me saying she's the greatest?
Yes.
For some reason you can't say that. For some reason you can't say someone's an all-time great without them being the greatest. There ain't no way in hell Becky Lynch is better than Charlotte Flair. Are you crazy?
And nobody said China.
Charlotte Flair?
What about China?
Listen, China, Trish, Lita in her day. Let me tell you something. And I'm gonna keep it real. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you. What Tony Storm's doing right now? Man, let me tell you something. We got damn WWE. I don't give a shit about WWE. Asuka? Man, Asuka don't gotta speak no English. Asuka is cold, man.
Man,
she is cold. Lord have mercy. Like that. So that's just me talking like I talk. Promos do matter to me, but we're talking about all-time great. Does Becky, and I'm not saying yes or no, does Becky, is she as big as she is without Nia Jax accidentally hitting her in the face?
Nope.
No
Absolutely not. Because if not for that nose getting exploded in a point in time to where there was no blood.
Perfect storm.
And then she was off of TV because she had that concussion. It was a perfect storm. And then she came back and she had all that momentum. Prior to that, no, absolutely not, because they couldn't figure out if it was going to be her as the heel or Charlotte as the heel. What are we doing? Where are we going? Who are we going with? What are we doing? If not for Nia Jax exploding her nose, she would not have been in the WrestleMania main event with Charlotte Flair or Ronda Rousey. It's simple.
So we have a lot of, and it's not, listen, she's actually in an era, she's in the best female era in wrestling history.
By a mile.
It ain't even close, and you can go global if you want. Hell, there's a damn promotion with just women. You know what I mean? Wow's over here. Shout out to Jeannie Buss. Like this is the golden era for women's wrestling. They're all over the place. They all look different. They all act different. They all are different. And I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all. We said it weeks ago. Tiffany Stratton's coming for everybody's necks.
I don't like her voice, but Jordan Grace, hey, she a bad lady. She a bad lady. You didn't like her voice? What'd you say? I don't necessarily love her voice. But I love
what the
her
hell she
as
do
a
to
word.
you?
Hey, you know, some people got a certain tone that doesn't feel good on the eardrums, brother.
That's
Well, she's supposed to be an antagonizing heel, so it works for now. But
good. If it's bothering you, yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean that's not. But we do have to. We should credit Becky Lynch though, because Evan, you and I talk about a lot that people can't pivot or they can't adjust to the moment. And when her nose got exploded, there's a lot of people that have gotten hurt, and Becky drank that moment in, and she made it her own. And you know, credit to her for being ready and being prepared for that moment, because you know they say make your moments count, and she absolutely did that.
She did, but just because you pick up the ball and run with it doesn't mean you're the greatest.
Hell no.
Yeah, like I said, she's an all-time great, but not the greatest, and that's to me that's fair. Hell, being an all-time great at anything is fair to me. And like I said, I hold her in high regard what she's done for the business, what she's done for people in her stead. She cares about the business. She cares about elevating the division, so on and so forth. She's carved her way. She's, like I said, if you know her journey and you know what the hell she took to get when she was over here taking bumps with all these grown folks overseas, she's earned her spot. She's earned her area in the Hall of Fame whenever she gets done. But that's just something I wanted to unpack, something I wanted to talk about, something I wanted to bring to the chat, because it got a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh, wait a minute, we got to talk about that. Hold on now. Let me find out Charlotte Flair doesn't exist. Let me find out. Because Lord have mercy, she's something special. But yeah, gentlemen, final word, DPJR, what say you before we wrap this thing up? Oh shit, we got a opera and a damn we got some other shit. You got a night at the opera? Are you prepared? You got one?
You know what time it is.
All right, so go ahead and kick it off. Then kick it then.
Hey man, you sent me a pass. You just took the pass back.
I can put it anywhere in the show. Shit.
I know. Hey, essentially, the night at the opera, based off of last night, I want to tell people about this session of the night at the opera is WrestleMania 40. What should have been?
Wait a minute.
Yes, because look, it won't be long, but you got Rock. It should have been Rock Roman. Let's start at the top. It should have been Rock Roman because if we had Rock Roman, Roman would still be the champ. Then Cody would still have the chase. We'd have a reason to watch Cody. People wouldn't be bitching and moaning about how boring of a politician that he is. It would have continued to go. Then you could have had what led into it, Cody versus Drew, and Drew still could have been hot. Drew still could have been talking about his dad. He still would have lit Cody ass up like he lit Redacted up. You know, and it would have been a wonderful non-title match to elevate the card where it should have been. And I personally think Punk would have got hurt anyway. So we're going to just put him over here for a second because I think Punk would have got hurt anyway. So we're not even going to talk about Mr. Glass himself. But I do think they should have did Seth versus Sammy. I think they should have did Seth versus Sammy because they could have had a phenomenal moment with him being the world champion. It would have been 10 times better than him being the Intercontinental champion and beating Gunther because he would have actually been a world champion. He'd have that title on his name. Then you get the heat from Damian Priest. Then you have Damian Priest cash in because now you have Sami Zayn on the chase of a lifetime, going to get the person who ruined his moment at WrestleMania 40. I understand it was a beautiful tragedy watching him getting pulled away from his wife's arms and getting German suplexed and all that good shit. But at the end of the day, it's not going to matter because Chad Gable is just going to flounder off into the wind because they built his ass for no reason. He was a baby face. They built him. Everybody wants to see him beat the Ring General Gunther, but instead they gave it to Sami Zayn. And that led into the match that should have happened. Chad Gable should have got his moment. Versus Gunther because Roman would have still been a champion. You would have had enough moments to go around to everybody else. And then we all would have been invested. We all would have went home. You would have got your heat with Damian Priest cashing in on Sami Zayn with the feel-good moment of the year. Wow. We'd have seen phenomenal non-title match with Cody versus Drew. We'd have got what we wanted and what we needed, Brock versus Roman, which is what we all wanted, and he would have still been the champion going in, and he'd been chasing down Hulk Hogan, and we'd all be happy. Also, and what am I missing? Gunther versus Gable. You'd have had that moment. So
damn,
there we go. Also, one more match. I would have did if Rhea Ripley is just going to vacate the title anyway, just to build the story. I wouldn't have did Rhea versus Becky. If you're going to turn Liv Morgan heel, you could have did Rhea versus Liv, and then Liv could have turned heel and replaced Rhea Ripley in the Judgment Day, and then she could have started her babyface run.
Why? Listen, why not, brother? I'm not against anything you're saying. To what could have been the multiverse WrestleMania that you just built up, but it's a cool thought. It's something that's cool to think about. Everything you said, it wouldn't have been a bad thing. So I'm all for that. Miss Awesome said, you guys think they will give The Rock a championship run? They very well might, Miss Awesome. For real. Listen, Dwayne might get that title one more
Did you see what they paid that man? Did you see what they paid that man? So I wouldn't blame somebody putting the title at somebody.
He might.
$30 million in stock. I mean, I'm going to get some bang for my buck.
Like I said, the reason why I say they might is because it's based on how long Roro's out. If Roman's out longer than we think he's out, they might need a little bit of more viable opportunities for the American Nightmare to go against. They who knows if they're working on a trilogy? Who knows? Seriously, I don't know how long Roman's going to be out. I don't know. What if they really are taking this? Just Jay's thinking they might take this all the way to the next WrestleMania with him and Cody. And I don't think that's the worst. Rock and Cody. I don't because that's not that surprising if you think about it.
if it's a white meat baby face and you're gonna have the final boss, I mean that's the only way to go. Especially if you're gonna build Roman Reigns to be a baby face, you're gonna have to wait a WrestleMania. And like Evan Mack said on this podcast when we didn't get it, he told these sucker MCs we weren't never gonna get that match.
I'm trying to tell him, yo, Chef, you got a recipe for these haters, man.
Tell them.
Oh, well, I mean, if I got any recipes left in my book, because DPJ out here trying to give out recipes a week ago.
Damn, gimmick
What?
infringement.
I said eggs. Damn,
Right,
man.
you was trying to talk about how Kevin Owens is like eggs and eggs go with everything. I think that's where you was trying to go with.
Did I give a
He
recipe?
said he's like, they're binding because they're binding. I was like, yo, you getting way too chefy right there. Easy,
Yes.
bro. Easy.
I got
That's very
the analogy.
chefy.
Yeah,
All right, as long as you got the analogy. I ain't trying to tell nobody how to cook shit.
I was driving when I heard that, and I popped. I was like, oh. I was like, all right.
He was like,
listen.
oh, shit.
Yeah, so...
He said, man, fuck him.
I mean, I did feel some kind of way, but that's neither here nor
He's
there.
gonna come with a Phantom mask on next time. Hey man, cancel that damn Amazon order.
Yo, but what you got?
So for this week's recipe, I was thinking about a few different things, and the fact that they're really trying to start new storylines with what's going on in the E right now after Mania, and sidebar, we need to have a draft. It's time. Sidebar.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Next week. Let's do it.
Yo, hit me with the how you want to do it, and then we'll do it. Just set it up for me.
So with that being said, I think what needs to happen, and the recipe and the ingredients, I need to see, and maybe they're already doing it because Lord knows they're always listening to whatever we're doing, apparently.
They stealing every idea.
Every fucking week.
I'm going to just say this now. And when it happens, because it's almost telegraphed, I need to see the return of Braun Strowman.
Long overdue.
And I think the best way to do that is to, and they probably will, because it's looking like it's going to head that way, and there's going to be some sort of homage, and they're going to bring out a new faction, which could be, Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six. So I think you pull out all the stops. You bring back Rowan. You bring back the goat mask and the sheep masks, and you cover all the bases. You could even put the Creed brothers in masks or something for extra bodies.
Give them something to do.
Right, give them something to do. Right, you could even bring back Omos and put a mask on him. You could bring back all sorts of people just to have a full a faction of creepy ass people, and give your boy Bo Dallas something to do as Uncle Howdy, as he should have. But we need Braun back because you need more monsters. I need to see that he's all right. I need to see that he's back out here doing his thing. I know he's waiting. I know he's eager. So I think the best compilation of ingredients is incorporating him as his first persona, which was coming in for the Wyatt family. Also, that's another slow bop. The Wyatt family entrance, slow bop.
Slow bibbity boppity boop.
And that's my recipe.
But yo, big facts. Listen, yeah, just like Simone just said, bring Eric back. Exactly. Bring Rowan back. Old song. Exactly. They won't do that. They don't do. That's what they should do. Old Wyatt track. If we gonna do an homage to the late great Bray Wyatt, let's do it, man. Let's have the spirit of Bray Wyatt that drives them. Let's have all that follow the buzzer stuff. Let's have somebody that was in the previous Wyatt family do that. Let's challenge Bo. Let's just challenge Bo Dallas and see how much he knows this character. Let's have him take the mantle of his brother that passed away. Let's have a real faction, and Bo Dallas cuts promos. He has it in him. That Bo leaves stuff. He got it in him. It's genetic. He got it. It's there, man. It's there. That Bo Leave character is hilarious. He has the
for JMC after you're done. Go ahead. He gonna love this. He gonna love this.
Go.
Hey, all right. So instead of doing that piece of shit Final Testament, what they could have did was
I swear to God, leave this man alone.
What they could have done is they could have made Scarlett's sister Abigail, and then they could have made Karrion Kross a character. And what you think, JMC?
Anything so I don't have to see his actual face. So you put a ski mask on him.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
he lured, yo. He lured him. He set that ghost trap. He wanted, right? But listen, the Sister Abigail thing. They missed the boat on that. That should have been Alexa Bliss. They should have had her possessed with Sister Abigail. It's obvious. It's right there. I don't understand it. The long lost sister, just like Kane. Kane wasn't really dead.
They had a chance to
Sister
bring back
Abigail
Cage
wasn't
with
really
that
dead.
too.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Great Neil, brother.
That's one of his best. That's one of the best so far. It might be his best. That might be his best, just because of what they could do.
If they bring back, people argue with Evan and I that wins and losses don't matter in wrestling.
Dog. Original
but
too.
If the Wyatt Six come back in any incarnation, and they need to be dominant for a while. They have to win matches. They have to strike fear into the heart of people. They're going to get a reaction based on nostalgia, and people are going to feel like, oh, I have to cheer for them because I'm not honoring Bray's untimely demise if I don't. So you have to make them formidable, and that's one thing that they never went full bore with that with the Wyatt family. Like now you need to have them wreaking havoc.
Yeah, because Bray lost too much. Like he lost too much. But that's neither here nor there. God rest his soul. But I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. They need to do what everyone thinks the Judgment Day could have done. But the Judgment Day is everything but menacing.
Yeah,
exactly.
That is the weird. Listen, we go unpack that one day. That's the weirdest faction in the history of wrestling. Man.
Ever.
It just is. It's so.
I like them all, and I hate them all together.
That never happens. Like they're all dope, separate. Even except that guy. Except JD, except Finn Balor's stuntman, which is
the biggest head in history.
Except the failed experiment, Finn Balor. Like this, they try to make a clone of Finn. They were like, oh, I guess we'll keep him. We don't want to be inhumane. We'll keep him. What are we gonna call him? We don't want anyone to find out we cloned him illegal. JD, and then they just threw him out. You know, and they gave him a job at like an office, and then somehow he turned into a wrestler. Still, it's weird. It's a weird story, but I'm sorry, but because I don't even count that dude. I'm gonna keep it buck. I don't even count him in that. I don't.
Hey,
not
man.
in that group.
Hey, some boy watched me. That ain't shit. He said Crosby selling those knockoff Rolexes in the locker room. I acknowledge you, baby.
Hey, you gotta acknowledge your tribal chief, man. The real tribal chief. Baby. I can't stand. I hate y'all in here. Seriously, I swear to you, I was looking at the clock, looking at the rundown, and I was like, we about to get out of here without messing with Karrion Kross. I was serious. I'm not joking. We about to get out of here. And here come this damn Watchman. Here he goes. Damn it.
We ain't call him, but his ass was on time.
Go, you lazy he was, bro. Listen. Yo, JMC, final words. Blah, blah, blah.
This is the time when wrestling fans really have to dig in. We were treated to a WrestleMania weekend. Let's put it behind us now. We don't need to talk about it all the time. We don't need to harp on it. It was great. There was pageantry. It was cool. We're gonna have to hang in there tough until this draft. Not a lot's gonna happen. Let's give Cody an opportunity to suck before we just say he sucks. But I understand the apprehension. There's still a lot to be happy about. And Karrion Kross, you fucking suck.
Shine bright. You gonna pull up after the show is over with your problem we was cooking. Man. Yo, DP, what say you, bro? Final word, man.
Man, you know what time it is. DPJ, the _ DPJR. You know, on all the socials.
Are you sure?
You know what it is. Hey, you tagged me the other day. It was way easier, wasn't it?
I'm telling you, bro. I clutched the pearls when I did it. I was so happy.
But you know, we do only what we can do, how we can do, and we got the most lit chat in the biz today. We love y'all. We acknowledge y'all. We appreciate y'all. But do me a favor, tell a friend. We got the best thing smoking in the game. And like JMC said, we're gonna have to hold the reins, hunker in, put your anchor down. There's going to be a little bit of a calm wave, Daddy, but we got the draft right around the corner, and things going to have to build. And let's us not forget that we have a Netflix deal that's coming right around the corner. So we still got some shit popping off. So as always, my brothers, it's always phenomenal time with y'all. Easy 2 hours. Feels like 5 minutes.
Yo, Chef, say something nice about AEW. Go.
Oh, man, you broke his heart talking about Swerve earlier.
The silence means that's the only nice thing I can say.
Listen, mama say you got nothing nice to say. Don't say
nothing at all.
He's been raised properly. Shout out to Samoa Watchman. You guys are the best. Come through to the next barbecue. Nothing but island of love. My guy, appreciate you always, brother.
Triple H
and
Drew McIntyre contract. And sign Drew. What are we doing?
Bro, like as I know, because this is a numbers thing. Y'all better stop playing with that, man. I love when someone knows their value. I love it because he understands. He understands there's a man around the way that lives around Florida that will back up the Brinks truck, so you can always dangle that little carrot right there. That's what people don't understand. Tony set the price so high that people can play around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to sign, but you can use it as a little leverage. You know what I'm saying? And don't get it twisted. If he's worth his weight, he knows this is probably his last legitimate contract, and he's trying to hit him where it hurts, Daddy. Woo-wee. Y'all appreciate all y'all for joining us as per the usual, giving us some time. If you listen to the show, please go on the podcast, give it 5 stars, because that is how we build and how we grow. Please, it takes 5 seconds to just put a 5-star on there. Damn, Samoa Watchman said that Tony effect is real. You better believe it. Shine Bright, leverage. Oh, I'm talking about leverage. You know what I mean? Yo, Shine Bright. We did this. We did the first annual Slow Boppies. Pull up on it. Let me know what you think.
Love it, man.
Mr. Perfect took the crown though, Daddy. That's wild.
Look, I know, bruh. Look, AEW paying folks so good. WWE ain't want to let Cody even get close to their ass. We gonna get your ass the bag today.
Watch.
You get the title at WrestleMania. You getting everything you want. You better not even answer a motherfucking Tony Khan area code number. No,
you watch it. Becky about to get that bag. She's playing it cool too, lying in the weeds.
Drew,
Seth
McIntyre, lying in the weeds. Listen, husband and wife lock in lockstep.
Fergalicious definition, make them any.
Yo, listen, y'all better pay
everybody coming up.
Y'all better pay these people. Yo, we done. I swear to God, we done. We out. Y'all leave me.
Deuces.